Hey third graders, welcome to Module 7, Lesson 3. Today we're going to evaluate student work to explain their reasoning. So you're going to look at how other kids have solved word problems today, and you are going to decide how they solved it and if it makes sense, and which is the most efficient. Let's get started. Your first problem, I'd like you guys to solve by using your RDW strategy, just like what you did yesterday and the day before. So Mrs. Rotondella buys 8 packages of donut holes. Each package has 6 donut holes in it. If she gives each of her 23 students 2 donut holes each, how many will be left? So go ahead and figure that out. Press pause and press play when you're done. Okay, so I'm sure that you guys have many different ways that you solved this problem. You should have gotten the answer that there were 2 donut holes left. So let's take a look at how some other people solved it, and let's see if any of theirs is like yours. But then remember, today's learning goal is to try to figure out how somebody else solved the problem. So let's see if you can figure that out. So let's take a look at how student A solved this problem. So they had total donut holes, and then it looks like they've got a tape diagram. And then it says total donuts given away. And then they have their answer if she has 2 donut holes left. So on your notes, I'd like you guys to draw a line underneath where you put your own answer. And then I'd like you to start a sentence by saying, student A solved this by. So I'd like you guys to look at this and say, how did student A solve this problem? Okay, if you don't have enough time, if you didn't write it all down, make sure to press pause. Let's talk about it. So first I see that student A solved this by first they decided how many donuts there were altogether to begin with. So they knew that they had 8 packages of 6. So it looks like they made a tape diagram with 8 packages, and then they put 6 donut holes in each package. And then they multiplied it. 8 times 6 is 48. So it looks like they started there. And then they decided to do total donuts given away. So they decided to do 23 times 2. So 23 students times 2 donut holes each. So Miss Rotondella was giving away 46 donuts. And then they took 48, take away 46 equals 2 donut holes left. Were you guys able to figure out how student A solved this? All right, I'm going to show you another one, and this time it's for student B. So you're going to draw a line on your notes, and then under that you're going to write a sentence that says student B solved this by. So instead of putting A, you're going to put B. Okay, and here's how student B solved it. Go ahead and take a look at this and explain on your paper how student B solved this problem. Press pause and press play when you're done. All right, if you haven't had enough time, make sure to really press pause and press play so you have time to think about it yourself before you hear my answer. Okay, so I noticed that this person instead did a number bond. And so they did 8 groups of 6, and they figured out that that whole was 48 to begin with, because they figured out 6 times 8 is 48. And then they figured out what Miss Rotondella gave away, and they used a letter for the unknown. So just like the other student, and so they got 46. And then just like the other student, they did 48 take away 46, and that meant that she had 2 donut holes left. All right, I have one more student for you guys to look at, student C. So draw another line on your paper, and this time you're going to start your sentence with student C solved this by. Okay, so here's what student C did. Can you explain what student C did on your paper? Press pause and press play when you're done. Okay, remember, pause if you need more time. Okay, so it looks to me like this person did an array of 8 by 6. So they did 8 rows of 6 to represent the different packages with 6 in each package. And then they crossed out 2 for each student 23 times. So then they found out that Miss Rotondella has 2 donut holes left. Looking at how these 3 students solved the problem, which student was the most efficient? Remember that efficient means that they solved it in the quickest, most accurate way where they were most likely to get it right and not make as many mistakes. So looking at this, would student A, student B, or student C be the most efficient in your eyes? So on your notes, go ahead and draw another line, and then you're going to write student A, B, or C is most efficient because. So you're going to choose one of them. And then why do you think that they did the best job solving it? All right, so student A and student B kind of have something similar going on where they found the hole first. So I don't know, I would say that one of these is probably the most efficient. All of these got the right answer, but this one right here, you're most likely to make a lot more mistakes, because what if you lose your count, or what if you didn't draw enough circles, or all kinds of things could have gone wrong by drawing it like this. So I would say either A or B would be the most efficient, and it's because all the information is organized more neatly, and then they were able to take it step by step and make sure that they didn't make any calculation mistakes. What did you guys think? All right, so there's not going to be any final problem tonight because we're going to be working on evaluating each other's work tomorrow. So today you guys learned how to describe how somebody else solved a problem, and then you were able to say which way to solve it was the most efficient. So that's how you're going to talk about your partner's work tomorrow in class. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.